Good morning, student. In my previous video, we started new chapter number 5, animals around us. Student, what we have discussed or what I have explained you in my previous video, just do the recapitulation of the topics which we study in the previous video. There are many animals around us, and these animals are of different color, shapes and size. The word animal includes a variety of living creatures, and when we study animal on our planet earth, then we study them under 6 categories. First is animals, then birds, third is insects, then fourth one is reptiles. Which animal come in this category? Reptiles. Fifth, water animals. Sixth, water and land. It means those animal who can survive in water also and on land also. They are also known as amphibians. So all these things we have studied in our previous video. After that, I explain you, student, what are domestic and pet animals. What are domestic and pet animals, and what are wild animals? What are wild animals? And after that, student, plants and animals are living things, but they are different from each other in many ways. All animals cannot make their own food. They are totally dependent on other plants and animals. See, student, plants are known as producers. If we are talking about living things, then we divide living things into 3 categories: plants, human beings and animals. But student, we both, human beings and animals, we both are dependent on plants for our life. Reason, we breathe, and which is the living gas for us? Oxygen. And from where we are getting this oxygen? We are getting this oxygen from plants. And we perform lot of activities in our day to day life. So for doing all these activity, we need energy. Did you know, student, how we get the energy? We get the energy when we eat food. So from where we are getting the food? We are getting this food from the plants. We are getting this food from the plants. Now, student, after that, I discuss you according to the eating habits of the animals. According to eating habits, animals are divided into three categories, or you can say they are divided into three groups: herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores animals. Let's do the recapitulation of this in a very short time. What are herbivores animals, what are carnivores animals, and what are omnivores animals? First of all, I show you the picture of herbivores animal. See student, in the picture you see the picture of a cow, goat, giraffe, and deer. There are also other herbivores animals also. So what are herbivores animals? Plant eating animals are known as herbivores animals, or you can say animal that eat only plants, fruits, and vegetables are called plant eating animals, and they are known as herbivores animal. After that we discuss what are carnivores animals. In short, you can say flesh eating animals. See, this is the picture of carnivores animal. So animals that eat the flesh of other animals are called flesh eating animals, and they are known as carnivores. Is it clear? Third group, see the picture. In this picture you see the picture of a crow. This is a picture of a crow. Crow. This is the picture of a ostrich, and this is the picture of a deer. So animals that eat plants as well as the flesh of other animals, they are called omnivores animals. Animals that eat plants as well as the flesh of other animals are called omnivores animals. Is it clear? One time more, see all these pictures. This is a picture of plant eating animals. Next, this is a picture of flesh eating animal. Next, this is a picture of animals that eat plants as well as the flesh of other animals, and they are known as omnivores. They are known as omnivores animals. They are known as omnivores animals. Now student, when I am explaining you that human beings and animals, we all are depend on plants for our food. We all depend on plants for our food. What is the reason for that? Reason is plants are only the producers on the earth, or plants are only producer on the earth. So we all human beings and animals are depend on plants for our food. Now student, maybe yes, Hemant is little confused. So very good question put by him. Please listen the question and then I give you the answer. Hemant question is, sir, you are saying human beings and animals, we eat the plants, we get our food from the plants. But when you are teaching the topic different habits of animal, at that time you explain carnivorous animal. What are carnivorous animal? They eat the flesh of other animal. They, what are carnivorous animals? And even you talk about the omnivorous animals also. They eat plant also and they eat flesh also. And carnivorous animal, they eat flesh of other animals. Now sir, please explain me how now carnivorous animal they are eating flesh. But just in your video you told me, just now in your teaching you told me all animals are depend upon plant. So how your statement is right that all animals are depend on plants? Tiger is eating the flesh of a deer, tiger is eating the flesh of a giraffe or buffalo, so he is not eating the plant. So how can sir you say that how can you say that all plants get their food, all animals get their food from plants? Very good question. Okay student, I explain you. See student, now just try to understand. For example, grass, deer is eating the grass, deer is eating the grass, and now deer is eaten by the tiger. So here student, directly the tiger is not eating the grass. Try to understand. Tiger is not eating grass because tiger is a carnivorous animal. And what are the property of carnivorous animal? They are known as flesh eating animal. Now deer is eating the grass and tiger is eating the deer. So here student, indirectly the food which tiger is getting the fruit from where? Herbivorous animal eat grass, and now deer, now carnivorous eat what? Herbivorous animal. It means that carnivorous animals are indirectly depend on the plants because they are eating herbivorous and herbivorous are eating plant product. So this is also a continuous chain. This is a continuous chain. If herbivorous animal eat grass and then that animal is eaten by the carnivorous animal, so indirectly again he is depend upon the food from the plant because he is eating which animal? He is eating herbivorous animal who is plant eater. Is it clear? Okay. Now student, we will discuss how animal eat. What does it means? All the animals, according, just I explained you about herbivorous animal, omnivorous animal and carnivorous animals. So for eating we have different eating habits. Few are plant eaters, some are meat eaters, and some are both plant and meat. So due to this we have different types of teeth in our mouth. Now let understand. See, we need food to grow. Food also give us energy to perform different types of activities. Animal also need food for energy. They need food to grow. They need food to grow and to remain healthy. So different animals have different feeding habit. For example, herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous animal all of have different feeding habits. Now student, let understand, different animal have different kind of a teeth, and the shape of the teeth depend upon the food they eat. First of all, we will start with the herbivorous animals. See, I am showing you this in the picture. See this picture. This is a picture of a herbivorous animals. Now student, the shape of the teeth depends upon the food, what type of the food the animal is eating. Now see student, what type of teeth herbivorous animal have. So herbivorous animals have flat and broad front teeth to bite off leaves and grass. It means they have flat and broad front teeth. I am not saying that their front teeth is sharp. Front teeth is flat and broad to bite off leaves and grass. And what type of teeth in the back? Their back teeth help them to chew the food well. And their back teeth is very strong. Their front teeth is flat and broad to bite the leaves and grass, and their strong back teeth help them to chew the food well. Is it clear? Now student, we will discuss animals like, there are in herbivorous animal category, there are few animals which come in the category of chewing the cud. In herbivorous animal, there are few animals, they are called it chewing the cud. So what is the reason for that? Student, animals like cow and buffalo swallow their food and fill their stomach. You are understanding? Student, animals like cows and buffaloes swallow their food and fill their stomach. Now what they do later? They bring it back into their mouth. Now student, try to understand. I am saying they bring it back into their mouth. So from where they are bringing back the food, it means they are bringing back the food from the stomach. Because I told you, animals like cows and buffalo swallow their food after chewing it once, and after that what happens? Later they bring it back into their mouth and chew it for hours, and this is known as chewing the cud. So student, it means they take the food, fill their stomach, and later on they take their food from the stomach back into their mouth and chew it for hours. So next time when you go in your surroundings, please observe the cow or buffalo in your area, cow lapping and chewing. For example, many times we see that if you see any cow or buffalo in the area, all the time you will see there is some movement in their mouth. It look like they are cutting or they are chewing some food in their mouth all the time. Whether they, at that time you will observe, they are not eating grass, but all the time they show chewing movement from their mouth. So it means that what they are doing at that time, it means that they are bringing their food from the stomach into the mouth and they chew it, that food, for hours, and this is known as chewing the cud. Is it clear? Now student, I show you the next picture. See this picture student. This is the picture of a rat, rabbit and squirrel. I hope you all have observed these animals. Rat mostly you see in your house also. Rabbit and squirrel, you see this animal in your surrounding on the trees. So now in the picture, this picture is of a rat. This picture is a rat. This is a picture of rabbit, and this is a picture of a squirrel. So student, can you guess these animal come according to their eating habit? They are in which group? Yes, can anyone can tell they are in which group? Which type of animals they are? Yes, your answer is right. They are herbivorous animals. Now see student, if you see the teeth of rabbit, rats and squirrel, if you observe the teeth of a rabbit, rat and squirrel, what you will find? They have sharp front teeth. They have sharp front teeth with which they bite the food. It means their front teeth is very sharp, and these animals gnay the food. Now this is a new word for you. Gnay, what does it mean? It means to keep biting something to eat slowly. Is it clear? They eat very slowly. For example, just I told you about cow and buffalo. If you observe these animals, they eat grass and leaves and vegetable. They eat very fast. But these animals eat slowly. So that is the reason these animals gnay the food. They are come in which category? Herbivorous animal. Now let discuss about what type of teeth carnivorous animals have. First see the picture, then I explain you. Okay, see the picture. By observing the picture, you will see their front teeth. See, students, see these teeth. One, two, this teeth and this teeth. You will observe that they have very sharp, and these teeth are sharp and also they are pointed. Is it clear? So carnivorous such as tiger, lion, fox, etc. have very sharp pointed front teeth to tear the flesh. Is it clear? Because these animals come under which category? Carnivorous animal. And what are carnivorous animal? They eat the flesh of other animal. So what type of teeth these animals have? They have very sharp pointed front teeth to tear the flesh. Is it clear? And what about the, and their jaw is very strong. First point is that their front, first point is that these animal have very sharp pointed front teeth. And what is the reason? These teeth are for to tear the flesh. Is it clear? Note down second point. Their jaw is very strong. Why their jaw is very strong? Because they are eating the flesh. They are eating flesh. Because plants leaves or plants leaves are, or other parts of the plant, even we eat vegetables, those we are talking about the herbivorous animals, they are eating vegetables, they are eating leaves of the plant. So leaves of the plants are soft, they are not very hard. Is it clear? But these animals are eating flesh of the other animal. That is the reason that their jaw is very strong and their back teeth are broad and flat. Is it clear? The back teeth are broad and flat and their jaw is very strong because they are flesh eating animals. Now observe the second picture. This is the picture of a snake. See, here the mouth of the snake is open. You see the picture of a snake. See, you will observe the mouth of the snake is open. So, student, snake do not have chewing teeth. Is it clear? If you observe your mouth, you have, adult human beings have 32 teeth and there are 4 different types of teeth we have in our mouth. One is for cutting, one is for tearing the food, one is for crushing, and one is for grinding the food. Because as a human being, we come in which category? Omnivorous. We are plant eaters also and we are flesh eaters also. Is it clear? So, if you observe that snakes, they don't have chewing teeth, then what they do? What they do? They just swallow the food whole. Is it clear? Sometimes it happens when we are also very in hurry, we don't chew our food properly and just we swallow it inside in the, but here snake do not have chewing teeth. So what they do, they just swallow the food whole. Is it clear? Because what we do, why we chew the food? Because we are breaking the food into smaller particles, and with the saliva which is mixed in the with the food, and it is present in the salivary glands, so it become a smooth and it is easy to swallow. So here what happened, they swallow the food, whole food, they don't have chewing teeth. Is it clear? Now next I show you the picture of a mosquito and butterfly. See student, this is a picture of a mosquito and butterfly. Now question arises, they how they take their food. So student, how these insects eat their food? These insects, they have long thin tube, and this tube is attached to their mouth. What's happened? See the picture of, this is a picture of a mosquito, and this is the picture of a butterfly. So these insects, they have long thin tube, and this tube is attached to their mouth. And how this tube function, this tube function act as a straw to suck the food into their mouth. When you go to cold drink shop, small kids, they ask for the straw. Straw is just like a pipe. When you put that straw in the cold drink and you breathe in, then what's happened, that cold drink start moving inside your mouth. It means what we are doing, we are not drinking that cold drink directly from our mouth, we are taking the ear, sucking. What are we doing? We suck that drink with the that straw. And in the same manner, insects have a long thin tube, and this tube is attached to their mouth. And what is the role of this tube? This tube acts as a straw to suck the food into their mouth. Is it clear? Next see, this is a picture of a elephant. See the picture of a elephant. See, 4 legs, they move on their 4 legs. Now you will see student, this, now observe this picture. What is this? What is this? This is known as trunk. TRUNK. This is known as trunk of a elephant. So see the picture. This is a picture of a banana tree, and now what the elephant is doing, his mouth, the distance of the elephant mouth from tree, you will see, it is possible for the elephant that he will jump on the tree, or he will stand on the tree and eat all these banana. No, because elephant is a big animal, very heavy animal. So how he is holding the food, and even how he is holding the food, it means the food or the leaves or the green plant which elephant want to eat, it hold or break that fruits or leaves with the help of the trunk, and from the trunk he bring the food into his mouth. Is it clear? See the picture. The elephant is holding the banana, and from with the help of the trunk it bring the food into its mouth. Is it clear? In the same manner, if he want to drink water, then what he will do? The same function, just in the case of mosquito and butterfly, I explain you, they have thin tube, and this tube act as a straw to suck the food into their mouth. In the same manner, now this, if elephant want to drink water, so with the trunk of the elephant he suck the water inside the trunk, and he bring trunk near to his mouth, and he drink water. Is it clear? Now, have you observed dog and cats, how they eat? Dogs and cats use their tongue to lap up. For example, if you observe cats and dog, when they are taking liquid items or when they are drinking water or milk, then some sound is coming from their tongue. So dogs and cats use their tongue to lap up water and milk. They are touching their tongue with the water, and in that manner they are drinking water. Dogs and cats use their tongue to lap up water and milk. And it is also one more picture I show you, student. This is the picture of a frog. Did you know, student, a frog has a long sticky tongue for catching its prey. Prey means the insect or anything which the frog kill and eat. See, the tongue is coming out from the mouth, and the insect or the thing which the frog eat, it fold it, and then it take its prey inside its mouth. So student, these are the different feeding. According to the different animals have different kind of teeth, and all what we have discussed, different animals have different kinds of teeth in their mouth due to the food, and it depends upon what type of food they are eating. It depends on what type of a food they are eating. I hope, student, you enjoy the video and you are able to understand the topic which I taught you in this video. Thank you, student.